Okay, it's another tutorial video for clients of Abell Smith Design. This time, this is a re-recording of a previous video to reflect some changes in the packages, in my packages that of websites that I build for my clients. This one is, we're going to show you how to make changes to your home page, and how a little bit more in depth on how to use Beaver Builder. So specifically, we're going to make changes to this section of these sections of your home page, including this, which is just some general text about yourself, your business, what it is you're promoting, and these sections, which I call callouts. Other developers might call these something different. Um, and your callout boxes might look like this with icons. Or they might look something more like this with thumbnail images here. And your icons might be custom icons, or they might be more generic icons. And we'll talk about that in a second. More examples of these two you can see on another client site. This is a small farm in Poulsbo, Washington that does, among other things, goat yoga. So these guys use custom icons in their call-out boxes. Here's a flooring company in Bremerton, Washington. These use custom icons in their call-out boxes. This I call a call to action ribbon, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I will talk about it in other parts of your user guide if you have one of these. And then some general text here on their website. And this is a golf coach in Tacoma, Washington, and she has call-out boxes with thumbnail images here. The first thing I want to show is how to make changes to these call-out boxes. To this text. So this text here is just a kind of a little piece of general text, like I said, about you, about your business, and what it is that you're promoting. So this general text here, to make changes to this, you're going to want to go to WordPress and then go to Pages, All Pages, and you're going to get what is already up here, this list of pages here on your website. You want to click Home and open this in a new tab. So you would Control click to open this in a new tab, or you can right click and tell it open in a new tab. The reason you want to do this is so you can easily flip back and forth if you need to. And you can see I've already done that. So this is already open in a new tab. So your home, when it's open in the back end of WordPress, you're going to click Launch Beaver Builder, this big blue button, which I have already done. And that's, oh, I actually have not done that. And now I have. This is your home page open in Beaver Builder. So you can see all the sections of your homepage here. You have your homepage slideshow, which I talk about making changes to in other videos. You have your text, you have your callout boxes, your ribbon, and a different kind of callout box. To make changes to this text, if you hover over these sections, you get an outer box here and an inner box. And this is Beaver Builder differentiating between a row and a module. The outer box is a row, inner box is called a module. And you can see below in the callout boxes, you get the row on the outside, and then the inner boxes, the icon, the subheader, the text, the button, those are all inner modules. So back to what we're doing here, we're making a change to this text section of your website. Back in Beaver Builder, I'm going to hover over that text section, click the hover over the inner box, click the wrench, and I'm going to fix that typo. So this editor that comes up should look pretty familiar. It should look like Word, Microsoft Word, or any other number of text editor interfaces you've seen before. It's the same functions, same buttons. You can do bold, italics, bullet points, alignment left, center, right, add a link, change text color. This button is useful when you're pasting text from Microsoft Word itself. It will often add weird, funny characters and weird formatting. And if this button is selected, that will filter those characters and that formatting out. But we're going to leave this deselected for right now. I'm going to just fix that typo. So I want to say give your customers a little bit of info, general text about you here. Click Save, and then Control P to publish. And back to the front end, if you refresh, you can see your changes reflected here. Next, I want to show you how to make changes to the callout boxes. These, again, are just promotional sections of your website meant to lead your user to important intersections of the website with information you need them to have about you or your business, or an action you want them to take on your website. These icons on most of the signature websites, signature package websites that I create are custom icons, and they are not editable anymore. They used to be editable, but the plugin that I used before was abandoned and removed from WordPress.org, which is a big security risk. And that's something I definitely keep tabs on for my packages and my the websites I create. Plugins, security risks, and plugins that have been abandoned and removed, which we don't want on our websites. So I have replaced that functionality with a different plugin. So if you want to make changes, if you have custom icons here and you want to make changes to those, to the color, to the size, or to what they are, get in touch with me, let me know, and we will see about getting that change done. If you have um, a general a starter package, and you these are going to be generic icons here, and these are editable. They use a plugin called Font Awesome, and Font Awesome gives you quite a few options in their offering. Um, they give you about 2,000 free icons in their free set. So it's limited, but it's not quite as definitely not as many options as a custom icon set. These are all highly customized icons on the Goat Yoga site. But there are still 2,000 icons in their free set. So in this case, I want to change, say I want to change this heart to a different kind of heart, maybe. So the first thing I would do is go back to WordPress, to that page, and Beaver Builder. That page opened in Beaver Builder, and I'm going to click the wrench. This is what is known as a shortcode in WordPress. So to make changes to that icon, you want to change this word. So what we're going to do is go back to Font Awesome, and we're going to search. We're just going to search for heart here, and pick a different kind of heart. So say I want to use this heart pulse, and this should be a free one. And you can see if it says start using this icon, that's going to be a free icon. So I'm going to go back to WordPress into Beaver Builder, and I want to, from here, to make changes to this. I don't want to make changes in the visual editor because sometimes that adds formatting into the source code. So I want to click this text tab, and I want to change this word directly. So I'm going to change this word heart inside the quotation marks inside the shortcode to just heart dash pulse, name of that icon I want to use. I'm going to click save, and there it is. I'm going to control P to publish, go back to the front end, and it's now going to be heart pulse. This Font Awesome page with the searchable interface to find your icons that you want to use will be linked. If you use the generic icons, it will be linked in your user guide. Other changes you can make to those icons if you use generic icons. You can change the font size. So say I want to make this smaller font size. Say I want to downsize that to 40 pixels and save. You can see it's smaller. Or if I want to change the color, say I want to make that red, you would click Style and then click the color. And I would just click this circle and drag it to where I want. Or you can enter these characters. This is what is known as a hex code. This is 6 characters telling WordPress exactly which shade you want that icon to be. In this case, I just want to click and drag that over to red, save, Control P to publish, back to the front end, refresh, and you can see it's going to be red and smaller. But the next question is, what if we don't have icons here? What if we have thumbnail images like this? To make changes here, we do the same thing. We go back to that page opened in Beaver Builder, go down to that callout box and hover over that. Say I want to change these flowers to an image of chickens. So I'm going to hover over this and click the wrench. And this opens that text editor here, text editor box here. I'm just going to click that image and I'm going to X to get rid of it. I'm going to click Add Media. And I want to upload a new version of these chickens to show you how to crop it. So I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to select the file from my computer. And I'm going to grab this image of chickens. For those callout images, you're going to want to make sure that this is about no taller than 400 pixels tall in height and at least 400 pixels wide for that size and shape. So I'm going to say, just for now, insert that into post. That will insert that image of chickens. I'm going to click save. And you can see the crop isn't quite what I want for that. So I'm going to go back into that. I'm going to click the wrench again. And I'm going to click this and pencil. Actually, instead of pencil, I want to just get rid of this for now. I'm going to add media. Click that image I just uploaded. WordPress has a default image editor with basic functionality. So if you don't have access to Photoshop or some other image editing software, you can use the one inside WordPress. So I'm going to click Edit Image here. And this will bring up the image editor. Here I want to click Crop. And I'm going to click and drag a box, start a crop box here. And this gives you the little marching ants that tells you where you're going to be cropping. So I'm going to click and drag that, and I'm going to drag the outside of the box to where I want it. I'm going to drag it to about there. So this should be about right for that size and shape for that image thumbnail on the call out. I'm going to click crop again to crop it, and you can see I cropped it. I'm going to click save and update. So then I'm going to go back to, I'm going to X out of this in Beaver Builder. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm just going to refresh to make sure everything is refreshed on that. I'm going to go back in, click the wrench, get rid of the image that's in there. I'm going to add media, and I'm going to add the image that I cropped, and I'm going to insert that into post. I'm going to click save, and you can see the crop looks a little nicer for that size and shape. But the next thing I want to show you, you notice when you change the photo, so in this case, the color on this little subheader here doesn't quite match the photo since it's not the flowers anymore. So I want to change the color on this subheader, and these are editable. So if you hover over this, I can click the wrench, and you can click and drag the little editor. This is a heading module in Beaver Builder. So I want to change the color first. You can also change the words in that header. You can make it a different size. You can add a link. In this case, I just want to change the color. So I want to change this to orange. So I'm going to click and drag this circle over to orange and click save and Control P to publish. You can change the text in the callout boxes, same as the text above. Just click the wrench, click and drag this text editor over a little bit so we can see it. And you can change the text here, same as we did before. I want to get rid of that ellipsis, say, and just make it a period. I'll get rid of those two periods at the end. Click save, Control P to publish. And the last thing I want to show you in this video is the buttons here. These are theme buttons. These are controlled by the theme. So to change the text in the buttons, we're going to do this in Beaver Builder, same as the other modules here. I'm going to click that wrench and say I want to change. So this is going to be important. This is the same for any link you're changing in Beaver Builder. You're going to click the link itself. You're going to click the pencil and then click the gear. And this gives you a few options here. So say I want to change the URL of where the link is going to. Say I want this link to go to Google. I'm just going to copy the Google URL. I'm going to go back to Beaver Builder. I'm going to paste the URL in there. And because we're going to a third-party website, an external website to your own website, I'm going to open this link in a new tab. The reason we do this is if I Control P to publish, back to the front end and refresh, if you're linking to an external website, you want this to open in a new tab so your website is still open in another tab. In this case, I want to, instead of Google, I want to change this to one of my other pages. So I'm going to link that to my services page. So I'm going to copy that URL. I'm going to go back to Beaver Builder. I'm going to click the button again. I'm going to click the link again, pencil, gear. I'm going to change the URL that the link is going to my services page. And I'm going to deselect open in a new tab because I'm staying within my own website. Another option here is you can select from the list below here. So if I am linking within my own website, say I want to link to the calendar page, I can select that here, or I can search. So say I want to go to about again, I can search about. Oops. I can search about. There it is. Select about, update, save, Control P to publish, and that will then link to my About page again. Change the color of these buttons is a bit more complex. It uses functionality in WordPress called the customizer. This used to be a more important part of the package that I hand off to my clients, but I have de-emphasized this because I have found my clients have found that to be more confusing than it is useful. So to use the customizer, you're going to go back to WordPress, and let's go, we're going to hover over appearance, and it's customized. And I'm going to open this in a new tab. So this is the customizer coming up here. To get to the button, and this is pretty powerful, there's a lot of control you have over your website. So I would recommend going slow, going a step at a time, and maybe picking and choosing the changes that you make in your overall site design. To change the button color, you would go to General, Theme Buttons, and you have a lot of options here. Again, it's very powerful. You can change the background color like that. You can see the changes made globally across the website. You can change the background hover color right here. So I say I want to make that light gray. Well, I'm sorry, that's the font. The background hover color is right here. So that's that one. These are the fonts on the buttons. And you can also change the border color, the border hover color, the border radius, which is the curve around the outside of the button, border width, which is only 2 pixels right now. So you can see it's pretty powerful. There's a lot of control you have there. Again, I would take it slow, go a step at a time when you're using the customizer, but just know that that's there. So this is pretty much what I wanted to show you in this video. And again, if you get stuck, let me know.